It started with a few photos that stopped the scroll. Hailey Bieber, glowing under the tropical sun, posted a set of stunning beach shots from Kendall Jenner's 30th birthday trip. The wind in her hair, the ocean behind her, and the tiniest bikinis you've ever seen. Every frame looked like it came straight out of a luxury magazine, effortless, confident, and just a little bit dangerous. But then, one comment changed everything. Under Hailey's post, her husband, Justin Bieber, dropped 4 words that lit the internet on fire. Oh my effing God. Simple, raw, unfiltered, and suddenly, that one line became the headline of the day. Within minutes, social media went wild. Screenshots, reactions, jokes, you name it. People couldn't stop talking. Some called it romantic. Others said it was too much, too public, too bold. But everyone agreed on one thing: Justin Bieber still knows how to get the world's attention. This wasn't just another vacation. It was a celebration, Kendall's big birthday, a private island, and the Biebers showing up in full force. Just days earlier, they'd gone viral for their Halloween costumes as the Incredibles. With their baby son Jack dressed as little Jack Jack, they looked like the perfect power couple. Young, rich, happy, and madly in love. And yet, this comment, this one playful moment between husband and wife, became the spark that set the internet ablaze. Why? Because it reminded everyone that behind the fame, the fashion, and the filters, there's still just two people in love, having fun, and not afraid to show it. In a world where everything feels curated, Justin's wild little comment felt real, unscripted, human, and that's exactly why we couldn't look away. Before the headlines, before the glamour, they were just two kids who fell in love too fast, too young. And under too many lights, Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin were never the quiet kind of couple. They grew up in the public eye every date, every argument, every tear caught by a camera. When they got married in 2018, it wasn't just a wedding, it was a global event. A pop star and a supermodel promising forever, with the world watching. But forever doesn't always start easy. Behind the glossy Instagram posts, the early years of their marriage were tough. Justin was still fighting his own demons: fame, anxiety, and the weight of growing up in front of millions. Hailey was learning how to love a man who was both a global icon and sometimes a stranger to himself. There were rumors, there were breakups, there were moments when fans weren't sure if they'd make it, but somehow they did. Hailey once said in an interview, "Marriage is hard. It's a choice. Every single day." And that honesty, that raw truth, is what slowly changed how people saw them. Over the years, the Biebers found something rare in Hollywood: peace. They moved slower, traveled together, spent more time with family. Justin focused on music, faith, and healing. Hailey built her beauty brand, Rhode, turning her name into a symbol of confidence and calm. And then came their son, Jack, born just over a year ago, a tiny piece of the future. And maybe the reason Justin looks happier, lighter, more grounded. The wild teenager who once raced through fame at full speed had finally slowed down, and Hailey was the reason. So when fans see a cheeky comment under her bikini photo, it's not scandal, it's chemistry. It's a couple who's weathered storms and still manages to flirt like they just met. Because for Justin and Hailey, love has never been about perfection. It's about playfulness, patience, and learning how to grow up together. The moment Justin hit send, the internet split in two. Within minutes, Hailey's post turned into a digital wildfire. Hundreds of thousands of likes, millions of views, and an ocean of opinions. Some fans laughed and called it the most Justin thing ever. Others cringed, calling it too much or too explicit. But every single person scrolling had something to say. Because that's what happens when the Biebers breathe. The world reacts. To some, it was just a flirty comment between husband and wife, harmless, sweet, and real. To others, It was proof that Justin and Hailey's marriage was a constant performance, a relationship lived out loud, curated, and always camera ready. But here's the truth. For years, people have tried to define them, the good girl and the bad boy, the saint and the sinner, the wife who saves and the husband who strays. And still, they keep proving everyone wrong. This comment wasn't just about attraction. It was about connection, the kind that refuses to fade even after years of scrutiny. Because if you look closely, you'll see something else behind the fire emojis and headlines comfort. The comfort of a man who no longer hides behind an image and a woman confident enough to let the world see her shine. When Hailey laughed it off and Justin didn't apologize, it sent a quiet message. We're fine. We're happy. We don't need your approval. And that might be the most rebellious thing of all. In a world where celebrity couples fall apart under pressure, the Biebers just keep standing taller together. When the laughter faded and the headlines moved on, something interesting happened. The world started to see Justin and Hailey Bieber in a different light. For years, their love story has been followed, like a soap opera, dramatic, unpredictable, impossible to look away from. But lately, it feels different, calmer, softer, like two people who finally understand that they don't owe the world a performance anymore. That one cheeky comment, that tiny spark on Instagram, wasn't about shock value. It was about authenticity. It reminded fans that love, real love, is messy, playful, and sometimes a little wild. And maybe that's why we're still obsessed. Because deep down, people want to believe that even the most famous couple on earth can still flirt like teenagers. That even after years of pressure, fame, and tabloid chaos, they can still make each other blush. The Biebers' marriage has become something rare in Hollywood. Not perfect, but human. They argue, they make up, they laugh, they post, they live, and that's exactly what their fans connect to the imperfection. The honesty, the moments that feel unscripted. Behind the brands, the followers, and the filters, Justin and Hailey have quietly built something most celebrities lose along the way. Privacy wrapped in openness. They share just enough to keep people watching, but not enough to lose themselves. It's a delicate balance, and somehow they make it work. So when Justin typed those 4 words, he didn't just comment on a picture. He reminded the world that this marriage isn't an illusion. It's real, it's alive, and it's still burning bright. In a world that never stops watching, every move becomes a headline. But sometimes, the smallest moment, a look, a laugh, a comment says more than 1,000 interviews ever could. For Justin and Hailey Bieber, that 4-word comment wasn't just about attraction. It was a love letter hidden in plain sight. A reminder that after all the noise, all the fame, and all the pressure, they still have something real. Over the years, they've been criticized, analyzed, and doubted. People said their marriage wouldn't last. People said it was all for show. But through every rumor, every post, every storm, they stayed. Not because it was easy, but because it mattered. Their love story isn't perfect, it's honest. It's not the fairy tale people expect, but the kind that survives the fire. The kind that grows in private, far away from the noise, and somehow still manages to shine in the light. Justin's cheeky comment, the one that broke the internet, is really a reflection of that journey. Two people who've been through everything and still can't help but fall for each other every single day. Because love, when it's real, doesn't fade under the spotlight. It learns to dance in it. And that's what makes the Bieber story so magnetic. It's not about the fame or the fortune or the perfect picture. It's about finding joy, the kind that's loud enough to make the whole world listen, but soft enough to only make sense to two people who truly know each other. So maybe Justin's comment wasn't NSFW at all. Maybe it was just love, unfiltered, unapologetic, and beautifully human.